Two people face the exact same tragedy. One shatters into pieces, permanently broken by the weight of circumstance. The other uses the very same pressure to forge an indestructible life. This divergence is rooted in a specific psychological baseline, a mental architecture that remains unbuilt for the vast majority of people. Neglecting to build this system now leaves you vulnerable. Without it, the next major crisis you encounter won't just be difficult, it will be catastrophic. We live in an era characterized by a constant pursuit of comfort. We prioritize quick fixes and immediate relief, instinctively moving away from anything causing discomfort or friction. Treating comfort as a permanent sanctuary creates a specific kind of fragility. When the mind is shielded from every source of resistance, it loses its ability to process the weight of the world. The brain functions much like a physical muscle. It requires load to maintain its strength. Deprived of resistance, it inevitably atrophies. Today, we are mapping the psychological architecture of resilience. We're going to examine how you can re-engineer your response to pressure and remove the safety nets that have kept you stagnant. David Goggins represents a significant psychological anomaly. Before becoming an elite athlete, he was a pest control technician who weighed nearly 300 pounds, struggled with depression, and lived behind a wall of excuses. A documentary on Navy SEAL training forced him to confront the reality of his own surrender. To even qualify for a chance at that training, he had to lose over 100 pounds in less than 90 days. He achieved this by forcing his mind into absolute agony every day. He woke up at 4 a.m. and pushed through severe physical limitations, entirely bypassing his own lack of desire. Goggins's transformation suggests that what we perceive as physical boundaries are often mental illusions, constructed by the brain to keep the body safe and weak. Why do some maintain total clarity during a crisis, while others devolve into panic? The answer lies in how we interpret external events. Under the 10-90 rule, 10% of life consists of the objective reality of the events that happen to you. The remaining 90% is governed by the internal mechanics of your reaction. A fragile brain defaults to a victim narrative, asking, "Why is this happening?" This reaction floods the system with cortisol, which effectively paralyzes the brain's problem-solving centers. An unbreakable mind immediately shifts focus to what can be controlled, treating the chaos as a diagnostic test rather than a roadblock. Events themselves carry no inherent emotional weight. It is our interpretation that gives them the power to affect us. Consider the last time you abandoned a goal. Was it truly impossible, or did you simply reach the point where the initial excitement was replaced by friction? Pain is a constant in life, but suffering is an optional state that occurs when we resist reality. We suffer because we wish things were easier than they are. The moment you accept harsh conditions as they are and move forward anyway, the perception of suffering vanishes. Constructing this mental architecture requires the immediate elimination of 3 specific behaviors: complaining, seeking comfort, and making excuses. Complaining is a drain on mental energy that provides no solution. Comfort acts as a barrier to growth, and excuses are the intellectual lies we use to justify a fear of failure. To replace these, you must build daily systems. First is voluntary discomfort, forcing the brain to do something it dislikes, such as a cold shower, to build baseline discipline. Second is the 5-second pause. This interval forces the brain to move the signal from the reactive amygdala to the logical prefrontal cortex, preventing an impulsive emotional response. Finally, prioritize systems over goals. When you focus entirely on the flawless execution of daily habits, the long-term results arrive as a side effect. This mental resilience is the cumulative result of executing these systems without fail over time. Relying on motivation is a trap. It is a fleeting emotion that evaporates as soon as conditions become difficult or the environment changes. Discipline is a permanent system of execution. It is the ability to follow your strategy precisely when you have the least desire to do so. You are at a crossroads. You can return to the anesthesia of your old routines, or you can step into the friction and build a mind that is truly unbreakable. Your future self is keeping score. Like, share, and subscribe to Brain Library for more psychological masterclasses. Stay focused. Keep building. We will see you in the next chapter.